to take care of the front. Sure, you find it keep the food happening. Well, yeah.
Okay, I'm just here enjoying my virtual reality glasses. Actually, it's the View-Master. Apple Vision has nothing on the View-Master. How many hours of enjoyment did this contraption bring us as kids in the early 70s? So many great memories around this vintage toy. I guess they still make them. I think Fisher Price and Mattel still make the View-Masters, but such a great toy for collectors, toy collectors, or anybody enjoying that vintage experience. And of course, my Partridge Family Collection would not be complete without the View-Master reels, which I have a nice collection of them. They didn't make too many of them, but as you could tell, they did make the audio version too. And this is, of course, the big innovation of the day, right? It's a talking View-Master. So, and I don't know. Sometimes I like to pull it out, and the fact that it still works is just amazing. But I've been kind of holding off on sharing my reels with you because I was trying to figure out how I could actually share the reels with you. I mean, we'll look at the reels and the packaging and everything, but to actually look right at the transparencies and the images, that's kind of what I want. And I was thinking, I was like, oh, what if I get my phone, and I can like maybe do a little video from it. But then one day, I don't know what I was doing, and I'm sure you're all screaming the solution because the solution is a no-brainer at me right now. But I, for some reason, I just forgot about it. And then I was doing like some chores around the house or something, and I was like, ding, like the light bulb, went up. Actually, it was like more like a dimmer because I'm a little slow these days as I'm getting older. And it dawned on me, of course, reach down here. The View-Master came out with a projector. So of course we can share it. We can watch this. We can come over on Saturday night and we'll fire up the View-Master and take a look. But anyway, I hit eBay, and let me just tell you, there's no shortage of View-Master projectors on eBay. They're all over and they're pretty affordable. So I went in and I got one. So what you would do is you'd put the reel, instead of putting it in here, obviously, and at the top of the View-Master, you can see that. You'd put it up here in the projector area, and then put it, facing a screen or a wall, and your whole friends and family can be enthralled by all these high quality reels. Wink, wink. Some of these reels I've been looking at today and just kind of getting ready to record, and I was like, wow, some of them are really warped, and you could hear that sound of the narrator sounds like he's on fast forward, right? So I'm a little skeptical about playing some of these because it's the sound quality is not that great, but just a great, I don't know, go back in time as we like to do. And I'll show you the packaging. We'll go to the overhead, show you the packaging, and then we'll fire up the projector so you can actually see these. And the projector isn't a talking View-Master, but I was thinking I could just record some of these because I do have the non-talking ones. And actually these reels do play, whether it's a talking View-Master or not, but they do play in here. So some interesting facts about the View-Master, because I've been reading up on the View-Master, and it's a pretty interesting story. It was invented by William Gruber, and he actually invented the View-Master as kind of an alternative to the stereoscope. I don't know if you remember those. Those were very popular in the 19th and early 20th centuries. And that allowed viewers to see two separate images taken from slightly different angles as a single three-dimensional image. And I had a friend whose dad had a stereoscope, and I would go to their house when I was a kid, and he'd have it like on the end table in the living room, and he had some slides, and it was just displayed there. And every time I went over there, I'd want to like, put it on because it was very old, right? And my friend would say, "Oh, my dad doesn't like anybody touching that. You can't touch it." I was like, "Dang, but that's okay because I have my View-Master at home, so I'll just." But it was interesting concept because what they were trying to do, and later on, William Gruber teamed up with a photographer by the name of Harold Graves, and he was the president of Sawyer's Photographic Services. And so what their idea was is to capitalize on that stereo scopic invention or, innovation, and actually have something that was more 3D and something very portable and light. And, it was made out of plastic, so it was affordable. It was cheap to make, and you could afford it, your family could afford it, and it gave us just hours of fun. They initially sold it to Gaff, and this is a Gaff, and I think, yeah, the projector is a Gaff as well. I think those were the popular ones in the early 70s. Later on, Mattel bought out Gaff, and then they also, Mattel owns Fisher-Price now, and they have a View-Master. So if you go on Amazon today, you can still get a View-Master like brand new. And I remember having like Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, and then Disneyland. There were all kinds of things. You go to Disneyland, you can buy the reels instead of walking out of the park with a postcard. You'd have the reels, and it was that's kind of William Gruber's vision, I guess, was kind of have an alternative to those postcards. As you go to Yellowstone or the Grand Canyon, instead of picking up a postcard, you could pick up a reel, go home and play it on your View-Master. Ingenious, I'm telling you, Apple Vision, VR. Stick with the View-Master. So we'll take a look at my collection of reels, and then we'll hit the projector. I have to admit, I fired it up earlier, and it did have kind of a little, I'm using the word fired up, literally. Had kind of like a smoky smell to it. So I was like, is it going to burn my house down? But we'll figure it out. But I'm excited to show this to you. So let's do it. Let's go to look at my Partridge Family reels. All right, so first up, I'll show you the talking View-Master reels that I have. And this came out in 1971. And it was called, we were just listening to parts of it, it was called The Money Manager. And what it actually was a episode from season 1 called A Partridge Up a Pear Tree. I think it's season 1, episode 21, when Keith has a junk car. He keeps putting money into it, and he tries to restore it, and he's out of money, and he's always asking for money, which was always kind of like bizarre to me, because Keith was like the hardest working guy in the band, right? He was writing all the songs, he was going to high school, he was on the basketball team, he was doing all the stuff, and yet he was always like looking for money, and Shirley was like, hey, you got to work for your money. It's like the dude's working for his money. But anyway, so I digress. But anyway, I have these cool talking View-Master reels, and, you can see some warping on this. They've been in, I'm sure, and not stored in very, very good conditions, but you heard the voice on some of these reels is not really great. But this was it, it was full color 3D realism. Hear what each scene is all about. An exciting new combination of 3D sight and sound. Partridge Family ABC television program. It goes along with, and you can see it says the 1971 trademark. Same side on each side. And then I'll show you what these look like here. In this particular one, of course, we all know how valuable it is to have the box, but also have the book that came with. Partridge Family presentation. And this kind of gives you like a page by page on what each reel is. It tells you the picture, your Keith with his junky car. Of course, Danny trying to help him raise money. Keith takes his girlfriend to the kiddie matinee because he can't afford a real movie. It's just different. I mean, it's just a funny episode, if you recall, from season 1. I mean, you've got that narrator that sounds like he's from like the 20s. Hey, everybody. And Keith is loading up his guitar. Sounds kind of old-timey, but hey, we were like, it was innovative for us in those days. And the best part about it, you can watch it anytime you want it. Didn't have to wait for Friday night. Of course, you didn't have the music. That'd been great if they would have had music, but no. All right, and I have another version of this. It's not a talking View-Master, but it's the same. It's the same reels. These came in little packets as opposed to the box. where you had those talking reels. And I guess I should have showed you. Let me just show you real quick the reel, what makes it talking. So they have these little discs on the back, and this is what actually makes this sound. It's like a little record player, a little plastic record player. And, you know, I still don't know how it matches up with the transparency, but it does. Well, I mean, I think they were a little off. Some of them I was watching, I was like, wait, that sound does not sound like it's in the right place. Maybe there's a line, you're supposed to line it up or something, but I don't know. It's 20th century technology, guys. So there's 3 reels to this. It tells the whole story of the episode, and it came out in 1971. All the, and you can see this doesn't have the talking disc, but like I said, I think you could actually pop a talking disc on here and it would work. I'm not going to do that, but these are actually in great shape. In fact, these are probably the ones I'm going to throw into the projector, because the other ones do seem a little warped. Got the book in there. Of course, you got to have the book. And this is in great shape. You know, 1971. Desiree. Got her name on here. Thanks, Desiree. I love that. I love when I get things with names on them. People wrote, you know, they care so much about these things that they put their name on it. I did it too. I did it on all my things. And I just love it. All right, so the other reels that I have, and like I said, they didn't make a lot of them. They made the Money Manager, and then this episode, which is the Malechauvinist, which was actually from season 3, episode 1, called The Malechauvinist Piggy Went to Market. Again, I don't know why they didn't use maybe it was a trademarking thing where they couldn't use the actual episode title, but it was the same episode, and these reels came out in 1973. You know, it's that age-old trope of battle of the sexes, reversing roles, I guess. It was very popular in the 70s. Keith was taking the economics class, and Lori was working on cars, and so they switched teams. And I think the Brady Bunch did this as well. That was very popular in the 70s. It's kind of dated. You know, Partridge Family, like I always say, was a show of its time. And so they were just starting to kind of explore those role reversals, and it's not something that could fly today, but you know, it was interesting. So yeah, so these came out in 1973, and I think I've got 2 of them. Of course, we got the Partridge Family on the cover, close-up of David, View-Master Gaff. Had the trademark at the time. They hadn't sold to Mattel quite yet. We got the book. Gotta have the book, right? That's so great. And again, it just describes what's going on, scene by scene. There's Lori working on a car. Keith, a disaster in the kitchen. And then ending with a song. So great. And then we'll take a look at the reels here. And here they are. Again, these look better conditioned than the talking ones. And you can see these have reel 1, reel 2, reel 3. And I had to recall, but actually when you put this in the View-Master, you have to make sure the V is up. And that's the only way you can put it in. That's the only way you can take it out. So I had to kind of refresh my memory. And then you can kind of see they've got, for each clip or for each transparency, they have like a little description, and that actually is in like a hole. You can see it here. Actually, maybe let's do this here. I'll show it to you real quick. So yeah, you got to have the V facing up when you put this in. And I think you could see that. All right, it gives you the little description every time you click. I hope it's in focus, yeah. Then you know what you're looking at. Ooh. Oh, we're gonna look at the projector. So let's go, and again, I'm gonna put these in the projector because these are in really good shape. And of course, it's not a talking View-Master projector. I don't know that they came out with those. They probably did. And then we'll go ahead and take a look at some of these, because there's nothing wrong with the transparencies. They are really great. They're in great shape. And we can kind of see different scenes from these two episodes, two very popular episodes, one from season 1 and one from season 3. So let's do it. Let's go to the projector. All right, so first up, we'll look at the 1971 release of Money Manager. I'm not going to narrate it. It'll just be like a Saturday night. We're all sitting around watching our View-Master projector. The Partridge Family. This is reel 1. Keith's junker car. Flip over to reel 2. Reel 3. They still look pretty good, right? 50-something years. Oh, remember Keith had to get a job? As if writing songs and playing music isn't enough. Good thing David Cassidy was small. Could fit in that cupboard. Oh, this was the classic ending, right? Keith decides he'll go out and get a junker motorcycle. Great stuff. So let's switch over to the Malechauvinist. Not sure what order I think this is in. Okay, reel 2. Ending with a song. And that's it. Yay, the projector didn't blow up. Whew. Look at getting kind of dizzy looking at these. What fun was that, right? Looking at the Partridge Family reels. So great. Brings back a lot of memories. Whether you had the talking View-Master, so awesome, or you had just had the regular ones. These are all over eBay. You can still get these anywhere. I mean, you know, if you have a View-Master laying around, why not? Who needs virtual reality glasses? Anyway, I hope that I just got a thumbs up from someplace. What happened? Where did that come from? Get AI, right? They're like everywhere. It's like giving me thumbs up now. Scary. But that's good. It's Partridge Family, so there you go. Thanks for joining me again on this exciting journey through memory lane and vintage toys and Partridge Family memorabilia. It's so much fun. I'm so happy that you're here with me and enjoying this collection. Anyway, thanks for joining me on my Partridge Family Collection. Remember, if you like this show, hit the thumbs up, hit the little bell, remind you when the next episode drops, and also leave a comment. If you can do all those things, not only do I love to see all of that, it also helps other people find the show. And I know there's other Partridge Family fans out there. I'm looking at different ways right now to kind of reach out to to a wider audience, because I mean, on TikTok, I find so many people that say, "Oh, I'm so glad I found you, and this brings back so many memories." And now, oh, I can't believe it. Now I'm sparking a memory that, yes, I had that item and this and that. So it's really evoking a lot of memories, and then also sparking some conversations. And I just think it's great, and I love it. So I'm thinking about different ways, maybe creating a podcast from this show. I can't do all the episodes because, of course, I'm sharing images, and that doesn't always go over on podcasts, but there's other episodes that I do that I think that we can turn into podcasts. And on TikTok and Instagram, remember to follow us there. I'm also looking to create a Facebook group as well. I know a lot of viewers are on Facebook, and so maybe try some of that too. But in the meantime, I'm happy you're here. I'm glad you found the show. And again, leave a comment. Love to hear your comments and your memories of the Viewmaster. And until next time, we'll see you later. See what Keith's up to now.